Are you would you be willing to become a games journalist? When you basically with your channel, basically?
Not with my channel, no. I feel like I don't have the journalist. I have kids, I have family, I have a lot of stuff that I think precludes me from doing that kind of attempting to get into the business of a multi-million dollar corporation. So specifically because I worked in radio back in 2017. I've had a couple of different shows on radio through the years, but back in 2017, I was on the radio in Southwest Michigan on WSJM, the news talk station, and I had a 2 hour talk show every afternoon. And I talked about things that in the national news and in the local news. And one of the sponsors was the Whirlpool Corporation. And also, they are a corporation that spends a lot of money kind of attempting to control Benton Harbor, Michigan, which is the um, where the radio station was located. And I would talk about that, and it became a problem, so much so that the radio station itself was actively pressuring me in ways that they knew would get me to leave because they couldn't fire me over it because I hadn't done anything that was an actual problem. I probably could have sued them if they had fired me over some of the things because I'd done nothing that was an issue. But they did put pressure on me, and I did eventually quit because I couldn't keep relying on that if that's what they were going to do, because that would imply that they would be looking for reasons that if I did something like incorrectly or you know didn't put out what they wanted at some point, like there would be grounds to fire me. So I needed to find something that was more stable. That was not a serious journalistic position, and it was just me like wanting to talk about local community things, and this large corporation kind of meddling with things in ways that I didn't particularly like. And that wasn't a particularly serious position. And if I had been relying on it, if it was a big bulk of my income or all of my income, I would be putting myself in a position that, my children and my family would be, in my opinion, not necessarily in danger, but in maybe financial stress if certain things happen. Which is why I was also saying it would be very difficult to find people who are willing to leak information, especially with some of the watermarking technology they've been talking about lately, in terms of leaking footage and things like that. I don't know. It's a difficult thing because I don't think I'm in a position that it would be responsible of me as an adult and a parent to get into that type of work directly, which is partly why I'm a more broad economic critic for the most part. But I don't know. I think that's a good question because I think that, from where I'm standing, it wouldn't be responsible for me as an adult and a parent to do. But that would be the main reason I wouldn't do it. I certainly have a desire to see more of those types of situations, that type of reporting. I would love to see that. And if it was something that I wasn't worried about putting the amount of effort necessary to where I would have to become financially dependent on it, and then worrying about how to be financially dependent on it, I think if those things weren't obstacles, my answer would be yes. But I think that those things are obstacles.